we're not going to fight poverty if we don't address education. And when I say education, I'm talking about fit for purpose education. A situation where we continue to have, each time you get the O-level results across the country, and you see the number of people that don't pass, what you're seeing is poverty. What you're seeing is a completely warped value system. Because the reality is, I remember in Ikiti, Akadi is going to win. I said, are you sure? Okay. Because all those people, the values that they have are very different from yours. The way they see things are completely different from yours. They're saying, yeah, you're the stock-up guy. You're educated. I'm not educated. You're successful. I'm not. And these are realities that we've got to face. But it gets worse. Because you're bringing the wrong people in or you're bringing people in for the wrong reasons. And it gets worse. And after a while, you that feels that you have the right values, the right ideas, become the real minority in a very ineffective position to even help them, to help themselves. And that is why I say that we've got to understand that we have to get education right if we want to get the values right. We cannot put too much on education. That's my message today, is education. You talk to, we've been going around on campaign grounds. I refuse to, we go on the floats and all, and the practice is you throw exercise books, you throw t-shirts, you throw phones, you throw money, and people are like, hey, Jimmy, you must throw. I said, I'm not throwing. If you want to throw, you throw, but I'm not going to throw. I'm not going to throw because that's not the way to go. But I'm in the minority. Because those people, when you're waving to them, they're saying, money, 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 money. They're saying phone, 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 phone. When you say you go to the markets and you're campaigning or you're doing house to house, what have you brought? We don't want hand bill. Now that is the danger that we're in. Now, what do the poor need? The ultra poor. All you need, we've done this. And I'm an advocate for the Yunus model because I've run it. I've run it where you're using the Grameen Bank model. All you need is about 10,000-20,000 naira. And you'll be surprised as to how you lift people. You change their lives completely. And that can be done, not just by government or government and its agencies, but by all of us seated here. We can do it in different ways. CVL is doing something. You can donate to CVL. There are many good NGOs out there that are doing a good job. And rather than them waiting for foreign grants, it's something that we can do. You just heard, 50,000 will feed a child for a year. That's not too much for us. Because honestly speaking, 20,000 naira, you'll be shocked at what it does in their lives. You run them, well, I don't want to even go into the model here because I don't have the time. Let me just say that it works. But when you're not doing the education right, it means that stomach infrastructure that we've mentioned, because that's what people want to know. They don't care about tomorrow. It's no different from those who market. When we started in years before, you had Omo, you had all these things in big packs. What happened? They couldn't buy those big packs. So you started making small packs. And it got smaller and smaller because it's about today. It's a lot more expensive on the long run. But they don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So you come in as Jimmy Agbaje and they say, Jimmy Agbaje is going to say the same thing that the others said. If Jimmy Agbaje if I don't see the color of his money, then I'm not voting for him. But this other one, he's going to cheat you. But I'll take my chances. I live for today and let tomorrow take care of itself. And those are the kind of things that I think we need. I have, 3-5 minutes, and my message is we've got to work on education. And it's a joint responsibility, not just of government, but of civil society. Civil society, as represented by you, seated here, in your individual capacities, in your organizational capacities that let's address education. If we address education, we will handle health, agriculture. Because I remember when the federal minister was saying that he was going to use phones. If the people are not educated, they can't use those phones. They won't even know how to use it. They won't know how to send text messages. They won't know how to receive text messages. These are basics of life. We're talking about our skilled, technical and vocational skills. How much are we doing in this regard? Again, you will find that they're not. You don't have unemployed artisans. You don't have unemployed artisans. Every artisan is more or less employed. And so if we can do it right, the only thing I keep saying is that doing it right is saying that if you're going to be a photographer, don't be the low-level photographer, be the higher-level one. If you're going to be a welder, don't be the low-level welder, be the higher one and work in the oil and gas industry. You know, things like that, and that's what we have to sell. So my message is simple. Let's work on education, and we'll fight poverty.